I'm Gustisa Virglory Manurung, and I will tell you about what we did on last assignment about the tree classification. So last Tuesday, 17th June 2025, we have conducted a tree study and documentation about the project in campus area. The goal was to understand about the physical characteristic of tree and explore how natural ecosystem can inspire sustainable principle in industrial settings. Using the principle of industrial ecology, the student can observe, analyze, and record the tree specimen as part of the activity.
Okay, here I will explain the identity of this tree. Our species name of this tree is Muntingia calabura or Carson. For the family name is Muntingiaceae, and everyone almost call this tree as a buah cherry, Malayan cherry, Singapore cherry, and calabura. For the maximum height is 3 meters up to 12 meters. For the native distribution is actually tropical America. For the preferred climate zone is tropical, and for the plant division is agiosperms. And for the fauna pollination, this associate fauna is bee attracting. And here there are 4 functions of this tree. For the first one is improve economic benefits by the fruits. The second is cherry leaves can help lower blood sugar levels. For the third is pollination. Its flowers provide an important source of nectar and pollen for bees, butterflies, and moths. And for the last function is absorbs carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, helping to reduce the impact of climate change.
As you can see in the slide, you will see the specimen or the part of the tree like the fruits, the leaf, the flowers, the barks, the stem, also the branches.
After figure out some different part of the tree like fruits, flowers, leaves, barks, branches, and also the stem, we can figure it out that the tree is called Muntingia calabura because the leaves is long and jagged area in the corner, and for the flower it's wide and small. The fruit is brown and green when it's not ripe yet. When it's ripe, the color is red. And yeah, for the stem it's kind of small and little green. So after combining all of this specimen and characteristic, we can conclude that this tree is called Muntingia calabura, also known as Jamaican cherry, Malayan cherry, also Singaporean cherry. For further specification about the part, it will explain in the several next video.
And now we are going to talk about persons, aka Muntingia calabura or Jamaican cherry. It might not seem like much at first glance, but this little tree actually has some radical features. Originally from Central and South America, and persons now has spread across the Southeast Asia. It grows fast, doesn't need rich soil, and can survive in dry places, which is why you will often see it along roadsides or in the yards. For the fruits, it's small, red or orange-yellow when ripe, and has a sweet taste. The birds love it, and yes, people eat it too. And for the leaves, they are rough, a bit hairy, and have a bitter taste if you ever try them. And the flowers are small and white with the yellow stamens, and they usually grow one at a time. They are great at attracting bees and other pollinators. The tree stem and branch are soft when young and can break easily. The branches grow outward in layers, giving a tree a nice straight outlook. So even though it's a simple tree, persons is tough, adaptable, and plays a small but important role in the local ecosystems. Next time you see one, you will know exactly what you're looking at.
So here I will explain the plants around the trees, which is cherry trees. For the first plants is lily trees. The relationship between the cherry trees with the lily trees is taller cherry plants can block the sunlight to the lilies, and for the second plants is banyan trees. The relationship between the banyan trees with the cherry trees is the large and shady can block the sunlight to the smaller cherry trees.
Today I'm going to talk about the Carson tree. So this tree may look simple, but it is actually interact with a lot of animals. Let's start with ant. Ants really like the Carson tree because it has sweet nectar and pollen fruits, which they use as food. In return, ants help to protect the tree by chasing away harmful insects that might be damage the leaf, flowers, and fruits. So this relationship can be called as mutualism. Next animal, we have butterflies. Butterflies comes to the flower of the Carson tree to drink nectar, which gives them energy. Usually, butterflies don't really help the tree significantly, so this relationship can be considered as commensalism. However, if there are a lot of butterflies, they can help with pollinations by transferring pollen from one flower to another. If that happens, the relationship can be called as mutualism. Now let's talk about birds. Birds love eating the small sweet fruits from the Carson tree. After eating them, they fly away and drop the seeds somewhere else. This helps the tree spread and grow in new areas. So it's obviously a mutualism. Lastly, there is a cat. Cats sometimes use the Carson tree for shade to rest under it. The cat benefits from the tree, but the tree doesn't gain or lose anything. So this relationship is the example of commensalism production functions. So Carson tree also provide many useful things for humans. The first one is the bark that has inflammatory properties. It helps to handling your stomach issues. The second one is the branch, that can be used as the fuel wood to make charcoal or biochar for soil improvement. The third one is the leaf. They have many health benefits like anti-diabetic, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and even cardioprotective, which means they help to protect your heart. Next one is the flower that acts as a mild sedative, so it helps to headache relief and also very good for our skin. The next one is the fruit that are rich in vitamin C and fiber, and have a low glycemic index, which means they are good for people who need to manage their blood sugar. Person tree is a great plant for urban greening, erosion control, and providing shade because it has a wide canopy. Person tree also plays an important role in supporting the environment. It helps support the local bird diversity by giving them food and shelter, and also the pollinator networks like bees and butterflies. Lastly, it also contributes to the nutrient cycling by providing the organic matter like fallen leaves and fruits, which help the decomposer organism to improve the soil health. And finally, the person tree has an educational values too, which help us in many ways. The first one, for example, is help us to understand the plant morphology, like how the parts of the plant are structured. The second one is teach us about the ecological interactions, like how plants and animals depend on each other. The next one, it also support the development of the scientific thinking and also research skill, especially for us students who observe it directly. Lastly and most importantly, it helps us to become more aware of the environment and why conservation is really important. For conclusions, as you can see, the person tree is more than just a regular tree. It builds connections with animals, give us the natural products, support the ecosystem, and even help us to learn more about the science and environment. It is a great example on how a single plant can have so many functions. That's all from us. Thank you.